Hey everybody, my name's Todd and I'm going to teach you how to get better at chess. No, not checkers. At chess. Ooh, nice hand. How many countries does Canada border? Chess. I'm going to make you better at chess. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Chess 101. First lesson is going to be how to set up the chess pieces. As you can see, the chess pieces are already set up, the white pieces and the black pieces. And we're going to start from the beginning and teach you how the pieces get set up. So to start with, we're going to clear the board. So the board is clear. First, let's talk about the board itself. So the chess board is 8 by 8, total of 64 squares. It does matter which orientation the board is in. You couldn't turn it 90 degrees. It's important that right here in this lower right-hand square, that it's a light colored square. There's a reason for that I'm going to show you later. And so it doesn't matter which side you're sitting on. I'm sitting on this side. On my lower right is the white square, and whoever would be sitting over there where you are, you have the lower right would be a white square. So the first thing we do is we're gonna set the pawns. They're the easiest things to set up. They all go on the second rank. So we'll start by setting up the pawns on the second rank. Okay, so the pawns are set up. There's 8 of them. You just put them all across the second rank. In chess, we call these rows ranks, and we call these rows files. You'll get into that later. So now the next thing we set up, we're going to set up the easy pieces. We'll start from the corner and move inbound to the middle. So starting with the outside, we're going to put the rooks. Okay, and next to the rook, we're going to put the knight. Okay, next to the knight, the bishop. Okay, great. So we've got the rooks, the knights, the bishops, and we got these last 2 pieces, the king and the queen, probably the most important pieces in the game. So which square do they go on? Because it wouldn't be symmetrical because they're not the same pieces. So there's a rule, and the rule is queen on color. So in this case, the queen would go here, and the king would go here. Now, it's important that the king is on the E file. The king is always on the E file. The queen is always on the D file. If we had the board turn 90 degrees, this was a dark square color, this would be a light square color, the king and queen would be backwards, it wouldn't work. So that's why you always want to make sure before you set up the board that the lower right-hand square is a light colored square. And then the queen can go on the proper square and the king can go next to the queen. Now, setting up the black pieces. So we have white set up. Black is going to be symmetrical. So the first thing we do is we're going to set up all the pawns. Okay, then we're going to put the rooks, the knights, the bishops, then the king and the queen. So we have 2 pieces. We have a king and a queen. So where do they go? Well, remember, queen on color. So we're going to put the queen on the dark square, the dark queen, and then the king on the light square. So the kings are opposite on the E file. The queens are opposite on the D file. And you have the chessboard set up. You're ready for your first chess game. Okay, so you've set up the chessboard. We're going to do a quick review. So these pieces on the second rank and the 7th rank, they're called pawns. The corner pieces are called rooks. The ones that look like horses, they're called knights. The ones next to the knights, they're called the bishop. And then the king and the queen. The king is usually taller, and the king usually has a cross or a Maltese cross or some kind of symbol like that, like the kings that in Europe, and they wore crosses on their crowns, and then the queen, of course, wearing looks like a tiara. And this is how you set up the chessboard. So you are ready for your first game of chess. Our next lesson is going to be how to move the pieces. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you very much. Please subscribe, tell all your friends. We're going to make you better at chess.